Yeah, Linda, well, Sheriff Grady Judd says it took investigators just 3 days to track down those responsible for the Frostproof murders Friday night. And by Tuesday afternoon, they had these 3 individuals in jail. Take a look at them. It is 2 men and 1 woman. 26-year-old Tony T.J. Wiggins, his girlfriend, 27-year-old Mary Whitmore, and his brother, 21-year-old Robert Wiggins. Now, Sheriff Judd says what led them to T.J. and the 2 others were not only the several tips from throughout the community, but also a receipt from a Dollar General bag that investigators found Friday night inside of Damien's car. That led them, of course, to the Dollar General store, and surveillance video from that store shows Damien Tillman in line Friday night at the convenience store, and behind him is TJ, and also Mary and the brother Robert were inside of that store. They were able to track down these individuals. They found them in a remote area on Monday and eventually got a warrant to enter that home. Once they spoke to these 3 individuals, it was the younger brother, Robert Wiggins, who gave these investigators the entire timeline that they were then able to put together. Now, the surveillance video inside of that convenience store, Judd says, didn't have any audio, so Robert's testimony was able to piece together what exactly happened. He said that Robert heard Damien tell the clerk, "We're going fishing at the lake with Kevin." Well, Robert and TJ are then talking later, and Robert tells his brother that they're going fishing with Kevin, so when they leave the store, they then head over to the lake. Apparently, Judd says that TJ rushed up to Brandon and pushed him up against the truck looking for Kevin Springfield, one of the victims, saying, "Where is my truck, Kevin? You sold the engine out of my truck." This apparently is the only motive behind what occurred Friday night. Take a listen to Sheriff Grady Judd.
The only conflict we see is this. Where's my truck? I heard you stole the engine or sold the engine out of my truck. Where's my truck? I heard you sold the engine out of my truck. And for that, this guy massacres 3 young men, 23, 27, and 30, on their way fishing Friday night near Frostproof. It's gut-wrenching. This is evil in the flesh. This is a guy who can hurt you just because it's the right thing for him to do at that moment in time with his 3 brain cells.
Now, Judd says that it was TJ and TJ only who pulled the trigger and fired 9 to 10 shots inside of that car, striking Kevin and Brandon Rollins. And as we also know, Damien Tillman was also killed in the events on Friday. Just a little bit more about T.J. Wiggins. Sheriff Grady Judd called him evil in the flesh. He's a 26-year-old with 230 felony criminal charges in his arrest history. He had been arrested as early as 12 years old, and currently he was out on bond for breaking someone's arm with a crowbar. And the people of Frostproof, Judd says, told investigators to look at that individual. So right now we have Mr. T.J. Wiggins facing 3 counts of first-degree murder, Mary Whitmore, the girlfriend, facing 1 count of tampering with evidence and 3 counts of accessory to murder, and Robert Wiggins, the 21-year-old brother, also facing 1 count of tampering with evidence and 3 counts accessory to the murder. Back to you, Linda.
My goodness, so sad for those families. All right, thanks, Jennifer. Well, new